Good morning everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today's video, we're going to be doing Cooper time. I call it Cooper time because that's when I do one of Daniel Cooper's videos. On a couple of previous uploads on YouTube and other social media platforms, Daniel Cooper has made some paper using UV resin, kind of like resin paper basically. So I'm going to give it a go with some glitter. So I have some chunky glitter, and then I have some flakes. So we're going to do a combination of both, but separately. So all I have here, I don't have any parchment paper. This is just old sticker paper for when I used to do business stickers. And it's basically just glossy. And then I'll be able to stick the UV resin on there, and it won't stick to it. So for this, you're going to need 2 pots. So I have a pot. These are medicine pots. They're 30 mils each. And I'm just going to put I've had these glitters about 2 years, so I'm getting rid of them now. So I have some glitter in there. I apologise for the drilling in the background. It's my partner who's putting up a basketball post for my son. So unfortunately he decides to do his work while I'm doing mine. And then I'm going to put some of the chunky purple into the other pot. And then you're going to need your UV resin. Now I'm using the Apex UV resin from Just For Online UK. Everything from today's video will be linked down in the description box for you all. You will need a UV lamp or a UV torch. I'm going to be using a combination of both. So I've got this UV torch, and I'm going to use that to cure it enough so that it doesn't move, and then I'm going to blast it underneath my double-sided resin one. I have no idea how much resin is needed. I'm just going with what I think. And then you need a stirrer stick, so I'm just going to be using my handy dandy cocktail sticks. Cocktail stirrer sticks, should I say, and we're just going to mix this up. I'm going to add a little bit more. Yeah, it will fall over because of the weight of the stick. I am just going to close my curtain, and it's only because I don't want the UV from outside curing this before I even put it onto the paper. And that should be fine. Let's wedge that up on there. And then we do the same with this one. It's only a quick video today, guys. I've got a lot going on with getting everything prepared for next week for the 31 days of Halloween. This is the first time I'm doing this, so I'm doing it with you. Not very often my videos go to plan. Need a little bit more UV resin. Right. Right, so I'm going to get a piece of paper. You are best off with tracing paper or parchment paper if you're from the US. And I'm just going to put this into the middle of my paper. And I'm just going to close this. And then take your, whatever you call it, and we're just going to spread this out as thin as we can. You want it out as thin as you possibly can get it. The thinner you can make the UV resin, the better, because then this might not work. If it doesn't work on this paper, then I'll have to go to the local store and get some parchment paper. And then cure it. So I'm just going to give it a quick blast on both sides. So cure it on one side, and then turn it over and do the same, and I'll get out my big UV light. So I'm going to put you on pause and I'm going to get out my big UV light, so bear with me a second. Right, so I've now got it under my double-sided UV lamp. This is from Let's Resin. Oop. So I'm going to put you on pause again. I'll be back once this is done. Right, so that's had 2 minutes on there, so I'm going to put that to one side while we do the next batch of paper. So again, take your paper. And you're going to need a mould after this, so I'm just going to use the Daniel Cooper mould. I'll show you which one that is in a minute. It's just a Cabachon mould, and we're just going to make 2 little oval pendant type things. So again, fold it over, flatten it down, and then drag it out. And then we're going to cure that under a double-sided lamp for 2 minutes, and then that should be fine. So I will be back once this is... Alright, so I'm back and I've got the Daniel Cooper mould. The reason why I call it Daniel Cooper mould is just this, because this is because he basically uses this mould for mostly everything that he does. So we're going to peel back the paper and see what our glittered paper looks like. And that's what we have. I've done it as thin as I can, and that's what it looks like, and it's bendy as well. I'm just going to keep that on there for a moment, and let's have a look at the flakes one. And that's more transparent. Right, so what we're going to do now is I need to find one of the cabochons, just so that I can cut a template out, so I can put it inside. So you're going to need your UV resin again, and your lamp or your torch, whichever. Please remember, when using a UV torch, you will need to do both sides for around 3 to 5 minutes. So let me put you on pause, I'll be back in 2 seconds. Right, so I just got one of my old pendants that I made from a few weeks ago. And if you remember, I did the Petri effect. So you're just going to take one of your papers and you're just going to place it wherever you want it, put it on and cut around it. So I'm not going to do that on here. I don't need to show you and do a tutorial on how to cut out. But it is cuttable, it won't snap, but just be careful. Or you can actually, if you want to, you can fill this 3/4 of the way up, cure it, pull it out, put that on it, and then put it back in. But it's too much ball ache for me, so I'm going to use that as a template. So I'll put you on pause and I'll be back once I've cut this. Right, so I'm back and I cut out the little templates. So what you need to do now is get your Cabachon mould. You can choose anything you want on here, you just make sure that you fill it up to the top. To get just to get a, you know, if you want a template. So anyway, enough about that. I'm going to fill this 3/4 of the way up with UV resin. So I'm leaving enough room to put in the glittered paper, resin paper, and then also enough for a backing coat. I've got some surface bubbles. So if you find that your UV resin has got bubbles in, you can take a long nose lighter, or long neck lighter you want to call it, and just pop, and they pop on the surface anyway. If you do find you've got deeper ones that are not coming to the surface, then just take a dotting tool, which is one of these. It's a double-ended metal tool, and you just bring them up to the top. I'm not really bothered about bubbles at this moment in time because I'm just trying out the technique. And as if you're new to my channel, I haven't done a lot of work with UV resin. I think this is like the 4th time I've actually worked with it. And then again, take your long neck lighter and just pop them. So what I want to do is take the paper, get a little tool and just brush resin on it. And the reason why I'm putting resin on it is just so that when I put it down into the resin, it's not going to have any bubbles on the side. Please make sure you wear gloves. I forgot, I'll put some on in a minute. So that's one. I was just putting my gloves on. Right, so that's in there. We're going to do the same with this. You can. I'm only backing these in clear resin. I'm not backing them in black because I don't want to lose the effect. I just want to show the paper. But you can. I've seen Daniel do. Back them in black. So if you want to back them in black, then feel free. Right. So I'm just going to give these a cure on top. They will cure right through. But I just want to cure them enough just so that I can move the actual UV resin. Right, so I just wanted to cure them just a little bit. So I'm just going to put, I'm not sure, I'm going to put a clear on this one. I'm dying to put black on, but I'm not. And I'm going to do the same with this one. And then I'm going to cure that under my big UV lamp, so I will be back shortly. Right, so I'm back and these are now cured, so we're going to demold these and take a look at what they look like from the underside. Make sure that they're cured from the opposite side, and that's what we have with the glitter paper. If you want more coverage, you can add more glitter. That's up to yourself. You can do it with all types of glitter, but that's the other one. That's what I was looking for. That's so stunning. And I've seen Daniel do this on another platform. I just hope he's not bringing a video out on it. But yeah, what do you think? I think they're lovely, especially that one. I was just wondering if I did back it in black, would it make a difference? Should we back them in black or what? Yeah, go on, let's back them in black. So I'll put them back into the moulds. I'll put them in a different one. You need to let them cool down because they are hot. So you need to take yourself a pot. Some black pigment paste or mica powder. I'm going to be using the Decorum pigment paste. Now you need a small amount. You don't need a lot, because if you do it too opaque, it's not going to cure. So I'm just going to put... You can pour it on, or you can... What's it called? I need some more UV resin. Right, and I'm just going to put a little bit, and I mean a little bit, of pigment paste. Because pigment paste is more pigmented than mica powder. So just a tiny, tiny drop. And I'm just going to mix it in. That's it, that's all you need. And if you want to build up a darker background, you just do a couple of layers. So I'm just going to do one layer. Make sure you give it a good mix. This is a tutorial, so if you don't want to watch things being mixed, you can skip it if you want. Because people are skipping regardless if I say don't skip. But yeah. And you need a baby wipe to take off the surplus. So the surplus is the residue that's left on the dotting tool. So I'm just going to get a baby wipe and wipe that off. If you are new to resin, baby wipes. Baby wipes are fantastic for cleaning out your moulds and also getting resin off your things like dotting tools and acrylic or plastic stir sticks. However, I've always found when I use certain baby wipes, they use like they put like a foam on my resin, in my moulds, like a chalk, and that's the moisturiser. So I use water wipes. I've always recommended water wipes. So I'm just going to get my dotting tool and I'm just going to, there we go, spilled it already. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this on and I'll come back because I need to do a bit of a clean up. So I'll see you in a minute. Right, so they're now done. Let's just move this out of the way. We can take a look at these with a black background on them, see if it makes a difference. So there's the black. No, I prefer the clear one on that one than this one. Not that it's done anything to it, just makes it more depth to it. But yeah, that's how you make resin paper. And if you feel to, you can drill a hole in and add some things to make it into pendant, or you can put them on a closed back bezel. I will link Daniel's channel and inspiration for this. But anyway guys, let me know what you think down in the comments section. Let me know which one is your favourite. This is my favourite. This is the, I think it's either unicorn. Yeah, this is the unicorn or mermaid. It's either one or the other. Unicorn glitter, and this is just a myelin flakes. But it has changed colour, adding a black background. I just didn't put enough flakes in. But anyhow, I'm going to leave that with you for today. So please like, comment and subscribe if you've not already done so. That would help my channel out so much. And I shall see you on tomorrow's upload. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.